All right, now some of y'all are gonna think this is a little crazy and whatever. and, and to tell you, you're right. Correct. And of course, my nose starts itching as I start my video. So I have my little, divination rods that Heidi, from YouTube channel 27 is her name of her channel. She gave me free of charge, by the way. She hooks Snip up. And I told you I got them, and I was like, point to the cat, and it went, and all that. So I used them that other time I told you guys about, where I was sitting on the laptop asking it about some of these treasure locations and stuff. And I got to this one point on the map where I'm like, is that like another way into this thing? And it was like, it just like hit me right in the shoulder. It's like, whoa, strong yes, okay, got it. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do this Sunday night. Let me do some videos, for Monday. And before I started, I'm like, you know what? Let me just pick those rods up for a second. You know what? Let's play around. My wife's sitting over here next to me in the bed. So I'm standing in front of her and I'm asking things, and I'm just debating I don't know if I'll tell you everything I asked it, but I asked it some crypto stuff. Hopefully this thing is right. Because I asked about the next few months, is it going to be really good? And it was a pretty quick yes. And one of the things I wanted to do with this treasure, like if I find a treasure, I'm talking about these damn treasure hunts. My thing that I'm doing, like Michelle White Dove, she has her thing where she donates money and things to her organizations that she likes. Pete has his things. One of his is to do with, veterans and other things. That's his thing. Me, I don't know why I just stuck on like the Indians. We came over here and kicked them off this land, and we wronged them so many times, and we rewrote history to make them look like they were the savages, And then you see these reservations these days, and they're just drunks and on drugs. Like, man, what the hell did we do to these people? And Desiree, I think, and Sharon Michelle, I kind of said similar things, and I think Desiree was a little more in depth when I talked to her about it. But she said, if you find something, and she felt like we would, and you want to help the Indian communities out in America. She goes, I would advise like not just giving them money. Like, oh, here you go. I got some old treasure I found, here's your cut. No. But go there, look at the community. They're probably living in terrible conditions, housing and everything, on their reservations. Go in there and like fix up the place. Take the money and fix it up. Because you don't just hand people who are alcoholics or drugs these days money. I think she also told me, she goes, Joe, I can kind of see you doing this. You're not going to be welcome. You're not going to be welcome to some of these places. And I thought, well, that's interesting. Maybe I won't be welcome because they don't know my intention yet. Well, she said that. So I was like, all right. So she's like, yeah, best thing to do is just fix up their place. Do something like that. Fix up whatever they're living in the community, basically. I said, okay. So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, what can I ask these things? And of course, everything I'm asking is I'm waiting for a yes. Like, is it going to be a yes? And then it's, ends up being a yes. So everyone's like, well, ask it something where that it's going to be a no or something. I was like, all right, am I a female? The one, if one rod goes like this, or just like this, the other one stays, that's my no symbol. Yes is when they cross. It's always when they cross is yes, and my no symbol actually is either it doesn't do anything, it just sits there, or right or left. In other words, one goes right or one goes left while the other one stays. Oh, so what started this, actually that's what started this earlier. So I used to play, and there's a guy a subscriber of mine, friend of mine, his name is, I think it's Oscar, and we played a PC game, computer game called Grand Theft Auto Part 4, and there's a 5 now out, that's been out for a couple years now, but we played 4. It's actually been more than 2 years since this new one's out. I never played 5, but they had this modification to the game called LFPDFR or something. It was like a police add-on where you're like you drive in the cars and you like can pull people over, get into police chases and things. It's kind of fun. Well, they have it for version 5 as well. And I don't even know what made me look at it tonight, but I was on my phone watching someone playing it from like a year ago, the newer version. And she came in, she knew what it was, and because we used to play together, so we'd always be the bad guys and just like shoot up the place and go on a police sprint. She'd be in like the back of my motorcycle or the car. We'd go flying down the streets with the cop cars chasing us in the game. But so she knew what it was, and I was, in here asking. I was like, oh, maybe the kids can play. She's like, well, don't you remember the language in that game? I was like, oh yeah, I think part 5 is probably a little worse. So she goes, ask your rods if we should get the game and play again. And I'm like, all right. So I go grab the rods. I'm standing in front of the bed. I'm like, should me and Evelyn start playing this Grand Theft Auto game? And it was like an immediate no, like instant. Whoa. Like, don't even think that this thing was maybe moving. No. And I think I asked again in a different way, like something else about it maybe. Or I think I said, should we all play as a family or something? And it was like, no. I was like, okay, there will be no gameplay. I mean, like I said, it's hard to play games these days anyways. I just feel like I should be doing something else. It's like killing my time. I just feel like it's wrong. It's weird. But I thought about it, and I was like, well, if the rods say yes, Evan, maybe we'll just buy it for us two. We'll play at night, I'll be on this laptop. Maybe I'll get her. She can take one of the kids' laptops, and we'd play it, in bed or something stupid, whatever. But it was like, no, don't waste your time. Pretty much is what the rod said to me. I said, okay, that's interesting. So then I put it down, I think. But then after Ashley got out of here, I was like, well, let me ask it a few questions. Let me go get those babies. I'm like, show me yes. Okay, show me no. The first time I think it didn't do anything, and then it finally, one of the rods moved. I'm like, okay. Then I started asking some things, again, crypto market, next 4 months or so, January to February max. Are we going to see the crypto market, cryptocurrency investment, this market? And I said, for example, some coins that I'm in, Digibyte, Theta, Litecoin, Redcoin, I think Stellar, I think I mentioned all my top coins. Are these going to go up real well price-wise? And it was like a pretty quick yes, if I recall. It's like, yeah. So I was like, okay. And then I said something about Sharon Michelle's Digibyte price. And I said, there's a psychic named Sharon Michelle. And she's given a price point of around $9 for Digibyte. Is that possible to happen in the next same time period, 4 to 5 months, January, maybe February? Yes. Okay. And I asked something else, Yeah, so she's like, well, ask it something like that's not. I'm like, okay. Is Digibyte going to go to $90 in the next same period, January, February time frame, next 4 or 5 months? No. And then I think I asked it again after that, just for clarification, is it going to go to 9? And it said yes again. So I asked about 9, it said yes. 90, no. 9, around 9, yes. Okay. Again, is it me? Is it my hand shaking a certain way? I don't know. But again, when I did the treasure map thing, and then Desiree called, and then I had her do her thing psychically over the phone, I didn't tell her which numbers, like on this square quadrant, number 77, I didn't want to say anything until she told me what she felt. And then afterwards, I would talk about it. Like, I got a hit on this part of that map, and I got one over here. She goes, on that part, I get absolutely nothing. I'll try again. She's like, anything? No. Nope, there's nothing there. I'm like, okay, so definitely nothing on that mark. But then I'd find one where I'm like right on that square. She was either right on the same square or like one to like right next to it. Or she's like, well, I kind of got a movement on that square you're talking about, but I got more of a movement on the one next to it. Okay, talking about her little pendulum she was doing. So I said, that's kind of interesting. So, yeah, I don't know, it's just, it's kind of silly at first. You're thinking about, what the hell are you doing, grabbing these rods, Yeah, Jay Snip, I got you a rod right here, buddy. Yeah, I hear you. But I asked it about the Pete reading with Michelle White Dove. We're still waiting on it. I asked about a time frame on that. When's it going to happen? Which I won't tell you yet. But the rods were like, yes, it's going to happen in this time frame. I gave it the time frame. Is he going to get the reading in this time frame? Yes. Are we going on an expedition with Michelle White Dove to this particular state where this stuff is at? Yes. Now, I will say at first when I asked, first couple of times, the rods they didn't even move. I think on any of that stuff with the treasure thing, when I was asking about Michelle White Dove and maybe Pete and all, they just sat there and they sat there. But I've noticed my hands were kind of like this, so the rods are kind of held down that way anyways. You need them to be nice and straight, so they can move easier. And I'm like, all right, let me readjust. So I did it again. My wife was like, yeah, they're kind of pointing down. So I'm like, all right, let me start over. And then they started answering, I was like, okay. So I asked again, Pete, and it was like, yes. This time frame, yep, okay. Is Michelle White Dove going to be with it? Yep. I said she's a psychic. She has the ability to take us to the spot and find things. Do you see that happening with this treasure? Yes. You don't say. Again, is it my mind making my hand move a certain way because I want the answer to be yes or not? I'm telling you, I know these things, so I'm like purposely, I got to make sure my hands don't move. I can't make them move because I don't want to fake it. I don't want to, this to be false. And if it doesn't work, I'm going to come out here and tell you this thing sucks. These things don't work. They just stood there and nothing happened.
Well, the house,
What?
When you asked about the house.
Yeah, I asked.
You would have had a different answer.
Check this out. So, I said I got a question, and I'd already asked before. Remember, will I be paying my house off in the next 6 months or something? I think I asked that with Desiree though. Her thing when we were at the Litecoin Summit. It said yes. I don't know that I asked the rods if I'd be paying the house off. I might have. So she goes, oh. I said I got a question. Was Evelyn right when she told me that I should have paid this house? And I don't even get to finish my sentence and the damn thing starts crossing. Yes. And the full sentence was Evelyn right when she said I should have paid the house off back in that's when it started crossing, right? As I started to say back in December 2017, January 2018. It was already crossing. Like an easy yes, you idiot. Oh. Now, see, that's the one I wanted to say no. See, that's one I wanted it to go, one off to the right or one off to say no. So I could say, see, I told you we had to wait so we have even better prices coming so that we can then sell it off and not have to lose as many cryptos. But the rod said, no, F that. You should have paid it off when you had the chance. So I was hoping I got a no on that one, and it gave me a yes. She was right. But I think I also didn't I also ask it something like, should Evelyn have just left me alone or something? Like, just leave me alone?
Yeah, but you faked it.
Yeah, that's right. I was like, I said, okay, should Evelyn have just left me alone and stopped bothering me about paying this damn house off? And then I forcefully slammed like a immediate yes. I faked that one on purpose. I told her, I was like, yeah, and she saw it anyways. I just totally faked it. Like, see, get off me. Stop breaking my balls. So anyways, I thought you'd find that kind of funny. Start your way off to work or whatever you're doing on Monday morning. little update. So anyways, that's it. Got I think some news videos type of thing. Nothing. I do have one crypto video. I think I'll do that one next. Speaking of Costa Rica, man, Costa Rica. We always talk about Costa Rica because that'd be a spot we felt like if we could move somewhere out of the country, that'd be our get the hell out of Dodge country, Costa Rica. But they're going to be able to be legally paid in crypto over in Costa Rica, and they don't have to wait. They get paid by the day. So talk a little bit about that in my next video. Take care.